Hello everyone. Good day, you guys. Okay, today we're going to show you some way to apply to Unisa, especially grade 12s who just received their national senior certificate or senior certificate amended, or you completed your college diploma. So now you want to apply to Unisa. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to briefly show what you should do or what you should be aware of before you apply to Unisa. So now you just take your smartphone and then you go to Google and then you type in Unisa admission, it will pop up. So and then after that you press the three buttons, then you go scroll down to desktop site. You press desktop, then it will show you like this. Then here is the home page of Unisa. So now what we're going to do, we're going to apply. So here's apply, here's for registration, and here's after registration. So for now we're going to apply. Boom, you press apply. So I'm showing this one on a landscape. So after you scroll up, you then see application for admission. Okay, for now we can see it's closed for admission, but it will soon be open for undergraduates. This side is for honors degrees and postgraduate. So now we're going to focus for undergraduates. So it's necessary to scroll down and familiarize yourself with this page. So here a master's qualification. Then if you want to do short learning programs, then you can check this side for short learning programs. Then we scroll up, you can see international studies, student support, student policies and rules, student with disabilities. So it's necessary to scroll down and check these things because especially when you have disabilities and then during application you have to show that show a proof from a doctor that you are indeed disabled so that you may need support. So you have to go through this one, student with disability, and then submit all your doctor paperwork, and then actually every evidence that shows that you are indeed disabled, so that during the exam they may help with your disability or support your way of learning. And then here you can check your student fees and funding. You scroll up, you can see Unisa. Connect with Unisa. You can check online for Facebook, you check there, Twitter, YouTube videos, LinkedIn, Instagram. I recommend YouTube videos because you may see a lot of YouTube videos. The good thing about those videos is that you will learn, especially most about your chosen qualification. And then we then scroll up for application. We come here first time Unisa application. If you are returning, obviously you press return, but in this case let's go for first time. Then we are going to come in this page, undergraduate qualification. You can see most guys here. It shows here step one, what is ODL and is Unisa for you. Step two shows you, are you certain about your career. Step 3, choose or find the qualification. Step 4, apply for admission. Step 5, application outcomes after you're done with applications. So you have to scroll down here, familiarize yourself guys with this. Application for admission to undergraduate qualifications. You may apply for higher certificates, especially if you have 15 points, 15 F score upwards. You may apply for higher certificates. You may apply for advanced certificates, apply for diplomas, apply for advanced diplomas and degrees, and so on. So for 2023, they are not yet open, but they will be open very soon. In case you want to apply for first semester, second semester, or maybe for next year. Even if you are doing grade 11, actually you completed your grade 11, you are allowed to apply from your grade 11 report. If you are in matric, you are still allowed to apply for admission. If you completed your matric, you are allowed. See? Now, here's the important part, guys. This part is very important, this part. This one here is very important, which shows that who is able or is he may apply actually. So you see now on the first dot, it shows you guys that first time Unisa applicants, you are allowed to apply. Second dot, Unisa students changing to a new qualification and or a specialization. So you started with Unisa and you're doing criminal justice, then you realize now this term I want to apply for law. You change it. The third dot, applicants who previously applied for admission and were not offered a space, or who were offered a space, accepted the offer, and did not register. Maybe because of funds or some delays, you didn't register, but you were accepted for admission. So you are allowed to apply again for admission, and this time around, hopefully, you will register. So don't say, no, I did apply, and then what is going to happen now? Don't worry, just reapply. And the last dot now shows that student completing a higher certificate or any other program and who wish to continue with their undergraduate studies. So you applied for higher certificate, and then within a year, after a year, you complete the higher certificate, and you want to apply for diploma or bachelor's degree. You then do the same procedure. You apply for your bachelor's degree. Or maybe now you completed bachelor's degree, you wish to continue maybe for honors degree, you apply for honors degree. Maybe now you want to do masters, you do go masters, or you do your doctorate. That's it. Very simple. So it's important to go through this to understand first before you apply, so that you have some clue and not panic. You don't have to panic, guys. Now, if the applications are open, you see here it shows here. All applicants for admission must be submitted during the prescribed application period. So you have to apply within the due date, so that you may have a space. You see, it's very important for that. You may have a space as early as possible. Now we're going to the second step, the first step now. What is ODL? Then we scroll up. What is open distance e-learning? Then it will show us, guys. Which means now you are not going to attend classes on regular basis, as like on high school or other universities. So let's briefly check here. It says here, this part, ODL is a different way of learning. There is a physical distance between you and your university. For most of us, this means that our previous learning experiences will not have prepared us for the university, for the Unisa study journey. You see, in open distance learning, you are responsible for your studies. You have to check that. You don't attend daily lectures, but you study from home, from work, from wherever you are, maybe within South Africa or Zimbabwe, Botswana, even Ethiopia. There's a region in Ethiopia. You just have to draft your own timetable. You see? Draft your own timetable and you focus on your studies. If there's any inquiries, you just email the university, and then they will assist you with your inquiries. That's it. You scroll up. How ready are you for open distance learning? You have to go through this to understand. You see? You have to go through this. This is a step 1, which is introduction to open distance learning. To be aware that you're not going to attend classes, but you will study from home from distance learning. Then we go to step 2 now. Step 2, career counseling. Some of you are confused. which qualification you want to apply. Or let's say maybe you did apply, but you have some problem at home, or maybe personal problems, and then now you are confused what to do. So you just contact career counseling. They will counsel you through your studies or personal difficulties. You see, they will give you some advice on what to do or which way to follow. So let's say sometimes now you are applied for let's say for criminal justice higher certificate, and then you realize now you are paying your fees, but now you get to a point where now you are no longer affording to pay for your fees. So now you wish to get some career advices, career support. Then you may call the university or email the university. They will advise you which modules you may pick. Let's say maybe you are supposed to do 10 modules. Simply now you may just choose maybe 3 or 4 modules, the ones that you afford, if you're actually paying for yourself. And then you study those modules step by step until you finish a module. But the maximum period for high certificate is 3 years. So sometimes it's better to calculate and then to make some quotation to understand how long it can take you to do this. You see, guys, you have to understand these things. And then to be certain, you don't have to doubt yourself. Make career choice involve the following. You have to know yourself, guys. So this means that if now you're planning to start at Unisa, you know that it's a long distance learning, so you have to push yourself. You have to understand that I know myself. If I wake up 5 o'clock every morning, I'm going to take an early bath, take early breakfast. Maybe around past 7, I open my books and study. Maybe have 5 modules for first semester. At least you do maybe first book for out of the 5 modules you do 1 hour. You study let's say 1 module, and then you take 1 hour break, and then on the 3rd hour you do second book, you take 1 hour break, and then on the 4th hour you take a fourth book, just like that. It depends how do you manage your time. Sometimes you make some exercises, you see. Then you identify and prepare for opportunities. So you identify what kind of opportunities do you wish to follow, or do you wish to get yourself involved. So maybe let's say you're doing your law studies, and now you have to go and communicate with people who are already in the field of law, or who already gain some knowledge, you see, so that you may get some opportunities, or at least be aware about opportunities based on your career choice. Then link your interest to Unisa qualification. Then you know that, okay, I know myself I can do this, and I identify the opportunities of law. Now I want to study through Unisa. You then select your law stage, your law career or your law qualification, and then you join all the necessary groups, all the telegrams, and then you request all the assistance based on your career. Then you will get there step by step. You will get used to it. So now we're scrolling up to step 3 now. So now we're going to step 3. So this is briefly just to show you that if you wish to apply, do not panic. Just take your time, take your smartphone, upload some data, and then you type in on your Google account, you type in Unisa admission, and then you go through these guys. Take your time, then you check here, okay, undergraduate qualification, get practical, how to select your qualification. Then, okay, I want to do some law studies. Then scroll down here. Basically, you have to read through this guy so that you understand. You see here, it says Unisa's undergraduate qualifications are offered at different NQF levels. You can apply for admission to 2 qualifications, so you may want to apply for a lower level qualification in addition to your qualification of choice. If you want to apply for admission to Bachelor of Commerce degree, for example, you may also want to apply for a higher certificate in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. to ensure that you meet all the relevant admission requirements. See, as you progress with the applications, you will get a better understanding of the qualifications for which you qualify for admission. So now let's say if you have completed a higher certificate and want to apply for admission to a diploma or a degree, then it shows you what to follow. You just click there, boom, and then it will take you there. Very simple, guys. Now, applications for admission for 2023 academic year to undergraduate qualifications are closed, but they will be open. And then you will come here, you search for your chosen career qualification, and then you may tap here all qualifications. Or maybe let's say you want to do accounting sciences, you tap here accounting sciences. Economic and management sciences, you tap here. You're doing agriculture, you tap here education, human sciences. Maybe you want to do law, you just tap here and then for law application, let's go for law, boom. Then now undergraduate, it will show you law, some more, some law modules. You're doing law, select the qualification level. You know that you're doing, let's say you're doing higher certificate in law. Undergraduate qualifications, you then scroll up. There we go. Maybe let's say you want to check some modules. What modules are you doing? Let's go this side, guys. Boom, higher certificate. We scroll up. There we go. Higher certificate, mathematics, higher certificate, physical science. These ones are the ones that are available. You just click here. Boom. You scroll up, higher certificate in mathematics and statistics, and you'll be like, okay, I wonder what are the modules of these things, mathematics. Now it shows you here your app score. If you have 15 app score, you qualify for this. You see? Then it shows you it's NQF level 5. You see, guys? Not far from diploma. Diploma is level 6. Then maximum time to complete. Your maximum time, it will take you maximum 3 years. So, but you're expected to complete the course within 1 year. Then the next year, you then apply for diploma or bachelor's degree. Now it shows here the admission requirements. Boom, admission requirements. We already know most when you want to apply. You check your up score or the university's prospectus, and then you follow that. So it shows here, if you want to apply, your admission to Unisa is dependent on you meeting the specific admission requirements for your chosen qualification. You have a national senior certificate with at least 30% in the language of teaching and learning and 40% in mathematics. Senior certificate with at least 30% higher grade or 40% in senior grade in the language of teaching and learning and 40% higher grade or 50% senior grade in mathematics. National Senior Certificate Vocational Level 4 with at least 30% in language of teaching and learning and 40% in mathematics in terms of the National Senior Certificate. You see, student fees and funding, you just have to go through these, guys. Pay the application fees, you have received your student number, you apply, and then you pay $125 for online application. Then you'll receive your offer or your student number. Receive a student number, boom, and then after that you then pay for your admission. You see, you then pay for your admission immediately. Do not delay. Pay for your admission immediately. Do not delay. Sometimes when you apply, it depends. Let's say maybe you're applying for law, or maybe you're applying for social worker, criminal justice. Sometimes you may be required to have your certified ID copy, to have your certified matric certificate, and then you may be requested to have police clearance sometimes. So that when you apply, you then use those things. you apply. Somehow you may be required to state what you are doing, what you are doing, what kind of job you are doing, are you employed, unemployed during application. You just have to understand that. Then boom, let's go to step 4. Step 4 for admission. Are you ready to apply for admission? You see, who must apply? You don't go through this. Everyone wanting to start a new qualification, you just have to apply. You may apply. Why do I need to know before I apply? Now, this is one of the most important things, you guys. This part is very important. It's very important. That's why I'm saying you have to learn these things before you apply. Which means now, in the first thought, that I meet the statutory and the quality admission requirements for my qualification of choice. And then here it shows that I meet the minimum academic points. You have to apply. That I have a valid email address. It's very important to have email address, you guys, so that you may communicate with the university. Email address and cell phone number, and I accept that Unisa will communicate with me during the application processes using this email address and cell phone number. So you have to make sure that you don't switch off your cell phone. Make sure that you have some access internet. You have access to internet, or maybe you may buy yourself some data. You can do all this through your cell phone. Through your cell phone, guys. You see? You provide only one email address and one cell phone number. Then they will communicate with you based on that. If you don't have an email address, you may create email address, guys, for Gmail before you start the application process. Then remember to save your email address and password. It is very important that you check your email regularly for communication from Unisa about the applications. You see, so that when you receive the offer, you'll be aware that, okay, I did receive the offer within 10 days, I now have to choose the one that I want. Then now I have the following documents scanned and uploaded to an electronic device. See, all applicants starting a new qualification must upload all the required documents, which generally consist of the following. Now, first dot, copy of qualification. We have senior certificate, national senior certificate, maybe a diploma. Then you scan the diploma. Basically, you go to your nearest police station, put some stamp, and then you scan it to your email. Or maybe you may download some app. There's an app that you can use to scan your document. Then second dot, copy of your official tertiary academic records, if applicable. You see, you scan that to your email. Third dot, now you scan off your ID, document RSA. If now you're from maybe Zimbabwe, outside the country, you scan your passport as an international student. And then the fourth one, dot, copy of your marriage certificate or divorce. So if you are married, then you scanned your copy of marriage, or if you are divorced, you scan your copy of divorce certificate into your email. The last one now is sworn translation of documents if they are not in English or Afrikaans. The last one now that they did not include here is the police clearance. That somehow some of the modules they may require you to have a police clearance in order for you to be considered for the application you're applying for. So these things, guys, is very important. It's very important. You see, some qualification may require additional document. You see, just what I told you. Unisa reserves the right to request original documents and to verify the correctness of submitted documents at any time. You see, submitting fraudulent documents is an offense in terms of the Student Disciplinary Code. Obviously, if you now use fake documents or fraud, you might be disqualified. You don't want to be disqualified. You want to study and further studies. So you have to read through this, guys. Very important. I'm sure that my documents are scanned according to the rules. So this is for metric, or yes, for people just received their metric or completed their metric and wish to apply to Unisa. So you must go through this, guys. You must read through this, guys. You must understand this, guys. And you don't have to panic that you don't have a laptop, you don't have a desktop, you don't have a monitor. Do not panic. But I know you do have a smartphone, Android. You may have some iPhone, but I know for sure you do have a smartphone. So you just take your smartphone and do this, guys. You see, this is the channel. It's called Your Honoring Channel. You may search it, Your Honoring. Subscribe, like, and share. We are all together here, guys. Now, follow the instructions carefully when completing the online application process. Only upload the required documents as individual files and not a complete set of documents as one file. So which means now if you're going to maybe listen to the internet cafe and then you're going to scan the documents, the required documents to your email, you don't have to scan them at the same time. You have to scan them one by one, which means now you may give them your ID copy. They will scan the ID copy first. After they done scanning your ID copy to your email, you then give them your senior certificate or matric certificate. They will scan it to your email. You then give them your marriage certificate or divorce certificate. They will scan it. You give them your police clearance. They will scan it one by one, so that when you apply, at least, because guys, there's some section that it will require you your ID. Some section will require you your senior certificate. Some section will require you for your police clearance or marriage. So it's a different part. You don't have to, if let's say certain part requesting you for your ID copy, you then send everything, ID copy, you send marriage, you send everything in one place. You see, it may not work like that. As you can see here, files may not be longer than 2 megabytes. 248 kilobytes each. So now if you scan everything in one place, they're obviously going to be more than 2 megabytes. You don't want to do that, guys. Only black and white documents may be submitted. See, only the following file types are allowed. Obviously, you use a PDF. You may download Adobe Acrobat on a cell phone, and then you may scan it and then send your applications. Apply for admission. Now how to apply? Click here to apply for admission. So this is what you do, guys. Upload supporting documents. So let's say sometimes you are a disabled person or a disabled student. You also have to provide your doctor, actually the proof of your disability from your doctor. You have to scan that too, and then be able to apply it to actually upload that. Everyone applying for a new qualification must submit the required documents. You see, all first-time applicants and Unisa students starting a new qualification, you have to have those documents so that you don't strike or delay your admission. After now you completed, let's say now you completed your application now. You then come here. You're done with the application. It went through. You will then come here. You will search again, Unisa account number, bank account number. I'll show you guys after that how to pay for your fees. So which means now after you've done with your admission application, you will then receive a student number. That student number, you take the student number, and then you check your account, your Unisa account, online account, or maybe if you want to deposit the money, you go to your nearest FNB or maybe Absa Bank. You deposit the money. You deposit 125 for online application. Then you send a proof of payment to this email. You see, guys, Then we will visit here. If you are, after you've done your application, then we'll visit this site to check for banking details and payment information. So it's a must that after you've completed with your admission application, you submitted the application, you straight come to the payment so that the application will be paid, and then you will not stress out. You see, guys? So now this fees is not refundable. Let's say now you did apply and then you are not considered to be a Unisa student. You will not get that 125 rand. You will not be refunded that money. You see? Then at the same time, you don't go with your cash to Unisa offices and you say, I did apply for admission, here is some cash. No, you don't do that, guys. You see? At the same time now, you have to be careful with the due date. So that you have to pay after admission, you pay your application before the due date. That's why I'm saying it's better to pay after you're done with your admission application. You go straight to the payment and then you pay. And now you make sure that the application is completed. You see? Then we scroll up. This now is for step 4. Then now, guys, you press here, apply. If you want to apply, step 4, you press boom, apply now. It will show us here now. So because it's still closed, that's why it's showing this. So which means you cannot access the application site because it is closed and the postgraduate is closed. Only the short learning programs now, you see, and the masters and doctorate are available for applications. So now after you're done with those steps, you come here, undergraduate. Basically, I'm dedicating this to matriculants. Then for documents, you come here. For payments, you come here. Then to check your status, you come here. For offers, you come here. You accept the offer. You scroll up. That's how you apply. Then you just follow all the steps. Like, okay, this is how I applied and what I'm expecting. Just like that. Boom. So you guys, this is your online channel. Subscribe, follow, you see, and like. Now I'm going to show you, we done application. Now I will show you the payment. Now you want to pay for your application, I'll show you guys. That's it.